Yo, this your boy True. It used to be trust. To another edition of I'm Just Saying. It's a show where you get the perspectives and opinions of not only barbers, but clients as well. Today's topic is why do some women tend to want control more than men? Today is part one of a two-part series just to make it fair. I'm on my way to Three Kings to see what they got to say. I'm just saying.
The LBJ of the industry, no man.
It's a really good topic because me personally, I take it personally too that I lost money, power, respect in my house. It wasn't a woman thing though. Like honestly, it's an American thing in my opinion. I think from the end of time we learned a lot of from my ancestors here in America. You know what I'm saying? On how to be corrupt, how to make that money is all about the mighty dollar. So fast forward, honestly, on everything. I think the men been doing it first, you know what I'm saying? We learned it from my ancestors and then the women followed, you know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, they took the men out the houses where they wasn't around, they couldn't be around, they was in jail, they was in prison, they couldn't find a decent job, so the three strike rule and stuff like that. So I said all that to say, the women had to fend for themselves, you know what I'm saying? They had to do their own thing, even to be independent. The only man they depended on is Uncle Sam. At the end of the day, now they self-sufficient, they out here as CEOs, they making it happen, and my hat goes off to them. In my situation, you have a point, anybody can fall for it, but you know, it's all about the money, and when you following that money, it just goes like with y'all last topic, you know, it ain't the right way to go. Like everybody got a role, put it that way. The man shouldn't be making the most, the woman should be making, it doesn't matter who makes it. As long as y'all bringing it to one storehouse, one pot. So with that being said, it really don't matter just how it gets to you, what's your idea of money, how you want it, if you want it to control you, you know, you gotta keep getting it, like it's an endless bottom.
You go through like how like the world's set up and how history is. It's like, you know, forever it's been like dudes on top. So it could just be chicks wanting equal stuff, but like to us it feels like they want control. I mean, yeah, it could just be them wanting to be equal, and it kind of just feels like control to us, but it's just them wanting everything to be equul. That's how I kind of feel about it.
So what he says, his breakdown is like the way Nation of Islam, where they teach their women, they basically teach them how to do it from, and this sounds derogatory, it sounds manly, it sounds like what a man would say, but I get to a point to that. So like they teach them back to sewing for their children, you know, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the house and the fundamental. Now granted, to most women, a lot of women are, well man, why should I have to do that? Why can't I go X, Y, and Z? So if that's the case, if everybody's out here working, who's at home taking care of the kids? Who's doing it? You got men that cook and take care of home, and that's fine. Why you have women as CEOs? I've been in those shoes, but I said all that to say, if everybody wants to work though, who's taking care of the fundamentals? Why are we all working? We're working for our children, working to take time, you know. So what I'm saying is like, again, if we all lose the fundamentals and the basics, you know, again, that's why you have role reversal. You have a lot of things going on in this world. You know, at the end of the day, it just goes back to the power trip, though. I think a lot of it is American standard as far as women want to make more. I think men want to make more too. I think I think it goes back to racism, classism. I think women, in my opinion, could go a lot further than men as far as, especially in corporate America. You know, just you have to pick your field.
I think that women take control. They want to have power over their man. They just want to have control of everything, you know, like the bills. They just want to feel powerful, you know, like because mostly men have the power, but women also want that power that men have. So yeah,
I think
A rare breed, but the streets ain't really playing fair. On cloud nine, world spinning like my barber chair.
the way the society is set up, you know, I don't want to say the wrong thing, it might come out wrong. I just think the way society is, you know, set up, it makes, you know, women want to have more control. Like John said too, you know, most of the gentlemen, you know, they get locked up so they can, you know, be there for their families to, you know, give them that structure and stuff like that, so they, you know, take matters in their own hands and, you know, trying to do the best they can.
Women are more organized, so we can take control of everything. No. it's just easier. For me, I have no idea because I don't try to take control of nothing. I think we're all, you know, equal. Nobody's better than somebody else. So I have no idea how these crazy women want to take control because I know my brother has a girlfriend like that. Oh my gosh, she's crazy.
What to look for as a woman?
It used to be you got what you saw, it wasn't acting in. Judge a book and not even know him and still be accurate. Your word was your current.
What to look for in a woman. So I have it where it probably come from a long line of that happening to women to where it's just prevalent now in today's society that women have to be strong because of things that happen to the men.
Okay.
And so now that that's happening, there's no reason why they couldn't, you know, it's like, okay, I don't really need a man. I can be strong all by myself. And if it's like that, what you said, then the man would instill in her security. Because most women is looking for security. If you can't provide that security, then they're gonna look at you for because you're not making them secure in them financially, physically, and emotionally. If you're not meeting none of those needs, then yeah, I'm continue to be the strong woman that I am until you can prove that you are a man. But to step up to not every relationship and not every marriage is the same.
Yeah.
And often people, I feel like, in my opinion, people make the mistake that, oh, I'm gonna have my marriage the same as my mom and dad. But you can't do that because mom and dad is mom and dad and how they do their relationship. The female that you have in your life is not the same as your mom. Although they say, well, you look for a person the same as your mom, but you won't. You can't find a female, you gotta find a female that's gonna meet your needs. And then once you find that female that meets your needs, then you go on and then you continuously work at your relationship and build it with each other and have an understanding of what you want from each
I
other.
always worked 3 jobs most of my life, 17 years of marriage. I put it down. I didn't expect nobody to work as hard as me in that house because I was a man. I feel like what they say, God say, work all the days. Women bear label, right? Their pain is going to be loud, what pain is going to be work. So it goes back to at the end of the day, it's funny, but if I would have stopped working when I have at one point by accident, like not on purpose through a move, I still was treated funny for those little 3 months out of all the years I worked. But let her work have not worked for 5 years, which actually happened, and I never looked at her funny. You know what I'm saying? I never looked at her different. So I think it's always going to be a split decision. At the end of the day, that man cannot go work out there, work hard all the days of his life. But let him sit home for a minute and not do much of nothing, because he deserves to. Why not, right? He done worked 3, 4 jobs. He's still going to be looked at funny some way, somehow by that woman, by that person in the house. It's always a double standard. I hate to say it, but it's like that. Maybe it was just my woman, right? But I said all that to say, still fast forward, you know, if a woman did that, you know, it would be, you wouldn't really expect that much. You know, baby, I'm the one working hard. Do your thing. If you want to sit down, that's fine. You know, that would be our attitude. But at the end of the day, it don't go both ways. It's definitely a double standard.
Man, it's been set up like that, you know. They want that control. They always gonna want that control because they feel like, you know, like he said, like, man is always locked up and, you know, they always feel like we're wrong, and at the end of the day, you know, the woman gonna have that control.
No, yeah, at the end of the day, to compare for us like we do them, I think it goes back to America. Valentine's Day, we mostly do for the women. They don't do for us. So it's like they always look for something we always look for doing for them and taking care of them. So at the end of the day, we can't expect to be taken care of like we would take care of a woman if they wasn't, you know, if we was in the same shoes. It's gonna be a double standard. Somebody got to do it, and it doesn't have to be that one. At the end of the day, if we out here lifting big old heavy spools of wire, which what I did, at the end of the day, can she match that? And if she could, that's fine. If she don't, then we need to do something else. You know, it goes back to, man, we can't. And it's a saying what I want to say. Well, basically, like the women don't stop trying to do all the things that men would do, and do the things that they can't do. Right? We can't have babies. You know, there's some things we can't do. Everybody just stand in their lane and play their field. We be good. You know?
I mean, I feel like every relationship, like you said, is different. So like, it depends on like what your relationship is. It gotta be a little bit of a push and pull. Like I know he said like when he was out of work, his girl was looking at him weird. But like with my girl, when I was out of work, like we came down here because she got a job, and so I had to obviously look for a job. And I mean, she was cool. Like obviously I was at home and she was working, so like I cooked and I cleaned and whatnot because I was home all day. You know what I mean? That's just how it had to be. Like if you guys are both working, but like, you know what I mean? You got to figure out that way for you.
You gotta find a balance.
You got to find a balance for whatever relationship you're in. I mean, when you talk about women wanting control, it depends on what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Like if she controlling what you do, that just means you're in a bad relationship. Right. If she just wants control over what she does, and like you guys, obviously you guys are people. You guys are adults. You guys have control over whatever y'all do anyway. You know what I mean? But I mean, in terms of relationships, it just got to be a decent. There's certain things that like the thing with the garbage thing. Like, yeah, people say it's a men's thing. You're like, well, girls can take out the garbage too, but you got to think about it from their perspective. Like, a chick going outside at night. You know what I mean? Like, us dudes, we never had a fear of like getting raped or something. Right. That's a real thing for them. So, like, I get that why that seems like a gender norm thing. where like cooking is like anybody can literally do it because there's no fear of, you know what I mean, of somebody obviously getting raped in the kitchen or something like that. But like I said, it's a give and take thing, you know. But I think a lot of people, there's a lot of social norms that people feel like they have to follow that like kind of gets in people's head. Like dudes got to open doors for people. You gotta like women gotta cook and clean, and like people follow those instead of just like figuring out what's best for their relationship.
About what it is expected of a man or expected of a woman to do, especially versus from back in the day where our pops or their grandfathers versus now, to where things are more modern and more prevalent to our society now, because you can't expect for something back then.
You got some man who's not working, but he on the PlayStation all day. Yeah. He on you know they playing video games, laying around, sitting around.
How hard you really holding it down?
Right. So the way I see it is, if you're not working, you got to pull your weight some type of way. You know what I'm saying? That when you come home, the house is clean, a meal is done. You know the kids is together. You understand what I'm saying?
It's giving them a bad name. I think that's for that person in that relationship, to where that's what he thought that it was okay for that to be like that because it was happening to prior relationships. That the one didn't say nothing. She didn't get up and say, "Hey man, you got to do something." And it's like, "Oh, it's okay. As long as you give me what I need, you don't have to do this." So when they did break up, then he go into the next relationship and like, "Okay, I'm gonna just do the same thing I did here." But you have a female in that situation, like, well, that's not okay, brother.
Then it just goes back to fundamentals, like, you know, if there's trash on the ground, pick it up. You know, like somebody got to do it, right? But it goes back to, if you see it, do it. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to some things sad because men don't have the fundamentals to see at home no more. So a lot of us are learning how to be men on everything. Something as simple as brushing your own teeth. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying, I said all that to say, men don't, you know, no more than a woman thinks about their normals, the men think about theirs, especially if you don't see it, you're not raised that way. You know, if you're not raised with a grandmother, not raised with somebody with an old school, you know, so it's like just as simple as taking out the trash, not even taking the trash out, let's just say cleaning up by yourself, picking up your drawers. What I'm saying is like, is that a man thing, woman thing? No, that's just a cleanly thing. Right. So like a lot of men really, and even women, they're not even on a hygiene level where it's offensive enough where you're like, man, hey, this is something you should already know coming in. Nobody should have to tell you to do that, you know, type of attitude on everything. It's a lot of things I learned from my ex, a lot of things she learned from me. And it was fundamental elementary stuff, you know, stuff that she should have learned when we was both children. But where it hurts is when it gets down to being as adults, and do you change that? Do you want to stay the same? You know what I'm saying? Do you want to still be that problem in that relationship, or you want to be the fixer? You know, you want to fix it and make it work.
I wouldn't know, just that's not my relationship, to where, you know what I mean? Like I feel like it's all, at least for me, it's more of a partnership, and we take control when we need to.
What you allow to happen is going to happen. If you want to be a man, you be a man. You know, you can't have a woman take control if you're a man. You know, if you allow it to happen, it's going to happen. You know?
And then you got some women that carry baggage from their previous relationship to the new one with you, and a real man is going to let her know, like, look, let go of that. I ain't that dude.
I give you one better, man. I tried to let that go. My same situation. I keep going back to my cause 17 years is a long time to be with somebody.
Right.
This man killed her mother, domestic violence. What I'm saying, so I did just the opposite, like meaning like I'm gonna kill her with kindness. Like I'm gonna be just the opposite. I'm gonna show, oh man, you was beat down, I'm gonna love you more. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, she never showed no hurt about the situation. Like it made her seem like it was stronger. It helped her, you know, get that master's. It helped her go forward. But the whole time, it was still a selfish attitude hidden down that she just really couldn't come out with to say like, well, like I've been hurt by all these men. I'm trying to do good for myself, me, myself, and I. That's fine to be, again, loving yourself, take care of yourself. But it was at the hands of using other people to get where she got. Slowly, I lost the money, power, respect. It wasn't like just a slap overnight. It was one of those slowly creep ups, like slowly. Me working 3 jobs, holding it down. I could have been shut it, man. Did whatever I want to do. I want, you know, food. Come on, that's not my style. With that being said, the tables turned. She went to school. She was making 6 figures. It was all good. I thought it was. You know, I relaxed because I followed her so she can better herself in her career, thinking it all goes in the same storehouse, all the money, right? Long story short, fast forward to wake up with no power, no nothing, no respect, because, you know, it's all about the money. As far as man and a woman thing, I feel like it goes back to, you know, I don't think anybody should be intimidated. I don't think men are smart, women are smart. I think we complement each other. Again, if you find a woman that feel like they're too smart for that man, they don't need to be with that man because they're already gonna look down at them. So if anything, they want to find somebody one day, if that's the point, that's smarter than him and be able to accept that and learn from that, and vice versa. If the guy isn't all there and he sees a woman that's helping him build together, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? And that's what y'all should be doing. If somebody feel like they don't, then you need to be doing it by yourself. Then.
What you saying? Do you find that because of past experience of coming up from what they didn't learn as a kid?
Yeah.
When it's like a one-parent home,
Yeah.
whether it be a female or whether it's the mother or just the father.
Right.
So do you think
See
that
them
plays a
neglect.
role in it?
Definitely. I've seen women with negative male role models and no role models at all, and it was still negative. It was negative either way. But then it's like, you know, so it's like either you damn if you damn if you don't. I didn't have no role models. Like my mom always worked with the star raised myself, so I didn't see nothing. I had to kind of figure it out along the way. You know, and it was all trial and error. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think at the end of the day, a lot of it is your training, is your upbringing, how you was raised and stuff like that. Like my man says, custom. Every relationship is custom. You know, so my ex always voiced, she wasn't gonna cook, she wasn't gonna lift the fan, and that was fine. She said she was gonna hire somebody else to do it. But somebody had to do it because nobody was doing the hiring. No, we couldn't afford it at the time. So it's like, okay, that's fine. Why you want to live like we got a waitress and wait? It don't work like that. Somebody got to feed them. So I was the one doing it, and it wasn't no big deal. Because these are my kids. You don't babysit your own kids. You raise your kids.
A lot of times you have women that be talking to their friend girls who don't have relationships or who have bad relationships giving advice.
But it's sad though. Some folks taking advice from reality shows and everything. So even if your man got a good job, they neglecting that because they on this like, yo, he ain't rolling like this though. You know what I'm saying? And it's sad because it goes back to the illusion and back to it's. I think it is a lot of hard, good working men out there, just as well as the sorry ones at the same time. But I don't think the ones that the hard. Truly ones that stay behind the shadows ain't out there, ain't flashing and all that. That's the ones that don't get it.
It all comes back to like communication. You know what I mean? Like you gotta talk in a relationship and know what people want. You know what I mean? Because like if it's happening like that, your girl's obviously not happy for some reason. Like you gotta talk to her about that. I mean, that's basically that's usually the root of the problem. People don't talk enough, man.
A lot of cats that don't know how to communicate or don't know how to communicate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Be there where if it's because the way they was raised or because of language barriers. It could be a lot of combination of where it's not communication within the relationship. And like you said, a lot of that is stemmed from miscommunication or a lot of misbeliefs of what they believe to be true.
There it is. Why do some women tend to want control more than men? Again, this is a two-part series. This is part one, so you know I got to get the perspective of women. So if you guys have any questions on any topics that you think we should discuss, please don't hesitate to message me. So until then, I'm just saying.
Used to be a man was a man. It used to be trust and we got a deal in the palm of your hands. It used to be I do it for me. It used to be pride, not what they think about you cold to the streets. It used to be positions is played. It used to be bosses facilitating at the end of the day. It used to be I got it, you got it. If it's problems, without breaking the sweat. That's what it used to be.